Good morning. Again, this is Vincent Meza with Listings to Leads, and this is our call about the top ways to get more listings. I'm going to cut with the normal opening of telling you everything about our system because I want to make sure you guys understand what I'm going to be talking about here today, and two, that you can apply it. And so let's go over to the mastermind group. And there's a couple names that I want you, if you're thinking about you want more listings in your business, there are a couple of names that you should research. It's in our mastermind group. Ask our support team to get you in. And you can see them right here. Chris Winstead, Dustin Fox, and Alicia Pless. Okay. These are all three of these people have a lot of information in our mastermind group. We're going to focus on Chris's right now because this is just a great formula. It's a great formula and we got to start with it. We've been training it, our clients for years. This is the first agent that actually came in and said, "Hey, I did exactly this and this is how it's working." So he came in, and when he put this post in, he has 5 new listings in 3 months, right? From using just one of our tools. And I'm going to show you that tool in a minute. It's called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. But what's great about this is when he came in here and said this, we just started asking him questions, and he told us exactly what he did right here to make that work. He says, "I send out letters every other week to neighbors who own their homes for 5 years or more. Once they opt in on the neighborhood specific property valuation page, I consistently hit them up every week with phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, and letters left at the door." Okay. So what you have here is Chris telling you, "I've used one of your tools and I have a list of homeowners," which he bought from a company called Remine, "and they have 5 years equity. And I mail out one of your tools every 2 weeks to the same group of people. And some of those people obviously open the mail and they go to their computer and they fill out a form online and they get their home value. And he knows that those are valuable leads. So he hits them up every week with phone calls, bomb messages, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. That is the formula. If you could apply anything to your business, if you want more listings, I would suggest it's that. So let's go and see how we do that. And let me ask a question, because now that you see the formula, do you know what I just described to you? And just give me a quick yes or no. Do you know the tools that we're talking about? And do you know what he just described, how he is describing that in his business? So let's just get a yes or no if we can, see if anybody else is awake. I know I'm trying to choke down coffee here. What am I doing, Kev? Right. So this is a nearby homeowner letter is what we're talking about. And it's involved on the listing side. And this is, I think, a bit of one of those things that a lot of our clients don't realize is that they use our tools to market their homes. They're going to end up getting more listings. And since more people want more listings, it's like just use the tools and market your home. So I have a home here that is active. And when we click on market listings, there's all the things that we're automatically creating. And what Chris is using and what our clients have been using for years, it's called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. Okay. Now I'm going to download it here and we'll look at it. It's not the sexiest thing in the world. And that is true for a specific reason. We want people to quickly glance at this and make a decision, right? And what this says is, "Hey, we've got a home for sale in your neighborhood and you can go here, check it out. And that's going to affect your home value. And you can go here and get your free home value," right? So, this page, you drop in your address, you drop in your email address, and we have those unlimited landing pages and you can use those. But if you take that landing page I just showed you and you slap it on an ad on Facebook, you probably would get more leads. But the question is, what is the quality of that lead? Because when I'm on Facebook and I'm looking at cats and what my friends are eating and where they're traveling, that's cool. But it's different than me opening a letter, realizing you're talking about real estate and reading this and saying, "Oh, I can get my free home value and you're selling a home in my area." That's a different kind of lead. It's actually the highest quality lead you're going to find, I think, in many different companies. Now, when I mentioned Chris and I mentioned the other two realtors, I said there's Dustin Fox and Alicia Pless. They have all done this activity manually. They did just what you saw me do. They would download this letter. They would stuff it into 100 or 200 envelopes. They would put stamps on them. Some of our clients, Dustin Fox, would pay people to handwrite the addresses. And the reason he would pay people to do that is because if you get somebody to open this letter and give you this lead, it's such a valuable lead that it's worth the extra expense of getting people to open the message. So some of our clients would take this letter and shoot it out in bulk mail. And I don't know if you have any bulk mailers, but I see bulk mail come into my house every once in a while. And that doesn't get the most response. Some people just toss it if they don't know where it's coming from. Bulk mail won't always do a great job for you, but it's inexpensive and it's not too heavy of a lift for you, the realtor. But when we knew, and so while Chris gave us a really great example in the mastermind group of that, here's the recipe to make that work. Dustin Fox is doing it by hand. Alicia Plus is mailing it by hand. And there's so many realtors and their husbands and their wives helping them do that physical work because it is a valuable way to get listed. And what we've done, because we want to make this simpler for our clients, is we established a connection with a company called Express Copy. And Express Copy settings are up here is where you connect, you go to Express Copy, and you probably want to click around here. We may have a link to it or something. And you set up an account with them and they're printers, right? And so if you have Express Copy connected, when you click this button where it says print and mail, you click on this button here that says address and radius. And what we've done is you're saying, hey, I want to mail this a letter in a 1 mile radius, but I want only the owners to get this, only the owners of these homes. And I want them to have at least 6 years equity, right? And 100 pieces costs $178, right? $177.95. You might be able to do it cheaper if you're doing it yourself, right? But in this way, you don't have to touch it. And just to tie this back to the Chris story, what he did is he was mailing to a list that he purchased himself, right? So he got that list from Remind and he mails out emails to that list every 2 weeks. So he's mailing out some version of this letter every 2 weeks. And when I say, and so here, they're only doing 100. So I don't know how many he sent on that list, but you can see, here's how you can take advantage. Most of our clients, whether they do it by hand or they do Express Copy, they will mail out groups of 100 or 2. And they don't get like 20 leads. They get 3 or 5, maybe even 10 leads. But these are high quality leads because people are looking at this. Now, I do want to remind you that he's sending out to that list every 2 weeks. So the funny thing about Chris in this story is when Chris tells us this story, we didn't know that he had just moved to the state of Texas, to San Antonio, Texas. And so he had a license in another state, but his wife and kids, they wanted to move to San Antonio to be close to his wife's family and have the kids and all that, be part of the family. But he didn't have any name recognition. He just bought a house in a great neighborhood and said, hey, I want to be the man in this neighborhood. So he finds this tool. He buys the list of homeowners in that neighborhood. And in no time, well, in 3 months, he's got 5 listings. What's also very interesting is he becomes the top listing agent inside of that office and starts his own office a couple of years later. And the very first thing he does is creates a video and for his own recruiting to tell people, hey, this is how I customize listings to leads tools to get even more leads, to get more listings. You might want to check out his name. You might want to check out his YouTube channel. One thing worth noting is, like I mentioned, he moved from out of state. So he actually didn't even have his own listings when he started this. he was borrowing listings from his office, and he just went over here where it says add listing on the listings page and click grab listing. And if you drop in the zip code and the MLS ID, we'll pull in the listing and it'll look like your listing and it'll capture leads only for you. And so that one of those tools that we're talking about is the letter for nearby homeowner. So what a lot of our clients do is like your office, your home is somewhere in your area, right? But you might have 4 or 5 different towns around you where you do business, but you may not like, for instance, I have a town 5 minutes from me called Alamo. Okay. And I definitely want to build a business there because it's high priced homes, but I don't have any listings there. So if I borrow listings from my office of realtors who have listings there, I can use these marketing tools to that to build that database of buyers and sellers in that area. So that's what a lot of our clients do is borrow a listing and get started from there. Renee's got a good question. Is this being recorded? Yes, it's being recorded. And it's always being put on this channel right here. It is our YouTube channel. And I'm going to send this link to everybody right now. It should be popping up in your go-to meeting. I would recommend that you hold on to this. And I would recommend, honestly, today is our top tools for more listings. And I do this call every 2 weeks. I also do Get Started and Facebook and Google Ads. You should be watching these. News, you should probably do a couple versions of these because while I select a room button, I can hear, I actually say different things on different calls. And you want to know what's going on. The more you leverage the platform, the faster your business grow. Scott's also got a really great a series of how to make $250,000. This is a really thorough discussion of advertising, of marketing, and your listings to lead to help you in that. Okay, so that's the number one tool, right? And I just told you, hey, we just developed an easy way for you to let Express Copy do that work for you, right? So that's the number one tool. It has been for years. It's proven for years by our clients for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. And about 4 months ago, we launched the integration with Express Copy to make it easier for our clients. So now that you have the easy way, let me make it a little more difficult for you. Let's go back to Chris's original concept of buying that list with the homeowners. So name and address, right? So if you go out and find, and I don't really know, I know that there are companies that sell all kinds of data sets. If you go find a list of not just name and address, but name, address, and phone number and email, now you have something very powerful. Because first of all, you could do this mailing yourself and spend a few less dollars with Express Copy and get more pieces out on the market, right? Take a little more work from you, but you would have that list. I somehow get the labels on the letters and all this, and you get it out, right? More work, more time, but probably less money, right? But there's an important thing that you can also do with a list like that. So if you have a name and an email and a phone number, you can create a custom audience on Facebook. And that's a good place to get inexpensive leads. And I'm going to show you how Facebook advertising can really be leveraged when it comes to getting listings. When you come to this page, I don't know how long you guys have been with us. When you come to the ads page, the first thing it's going to tell you is connect to Facebook. And the next thing it's going to tell you, it's going to have this kind of weird yellow message right here where I'm highlighting, and it's going to say, click here to accept the custom audience terms. And you click there and it takes you to Facebook, you click accept, and then you come back and you refresh. And then it says turn on retargeting. So it's a 2-step process to get you to be able to create a custom audience and then to target with it. Okay. So let's talk about what the first part is. So let's imagine you've got a list of homeowners and that you've done a mailing. You got the Nearby Homeowner Letter and you mailed it to all of your neighbors that have 5 years equity, or not all your neighbors, all these people in one town or one area, right? So you've got that mailing going out, and you also have their name and email. And if you go over here to this button that says create an audience, you can call this Alamo Homeowners, right? Or whatever the name of your town is, right? And we tell you, use this format. That means make your spreadsheet look like this with those titles and just in that order, right? Once you have it there, it has to be 1,000 leads deep. Okay. 1,000 names. And then you upload it and you import it. And this will live in your personal Facebook ad manager forever. Even if you quit working with us, you're going to have a list of Alamo Homeowners or whatever you created in our platform, because we're connected to your Facebook account and it's going to do that. So once you've done that, now you can go and create ads. And there are certain kinds of Facebook ads that you should use to capture seller leads, listing leads. And if you're writing anything down, you may want to know this one. If you run an ad on a property that's sold, that lead will cost you maybe $7 a lead. If you run an ad on a listing that's under contract, that same seller lead could cost you $2.50. Okay. So what I'm telling you is the cheapest seller leads on Facebook are for properties that are under contract or pending. All right. The next most expensive leads are sold ads. The property is sold, that affects your home value. I'll show you these in a minute. And then the next most expensive leads are PDF guide ads. There are 40 PDF guides for homeowners. You, the agent, are branded on every page of every guide. Okay. Your logo's there, your picture's there, your phone number's there on every page of one of these guides. There are 40 of them for homeowners. We'll go look at them. You can get an idea of what's going on there. And then there's landing pages, right? And we looked at a landing page earlier. It's how you get your home value. Those are the most expensive leads for Facebook. All right. And the thing about that, let's just go through the listing ad, and let's not do something that's listed, because that's just listed is going to be designed to get buyers. Let's do something let's do pending. The thing is, leave it on lead ads. And that means we're going to get leads with name, email, and phone number. And what I don't know, because you're all sitting in different parts of the country, I don't even know if you can run ads on properties that are pending or under contract. Maybe it's active contingent. Maybe you can, and maybe you can't, because you actually have rules of their MLS that you got to pay attention to. But if you can, this is the cheapest way to get a listing lead from Facebook. Let me have a sip of coffee. What it basically is saying is this home is pending, and when it's sold, it's going to affect your home value. Click here to get your home value. That's the story. Now, it's a 15-mile radius. We're pulling in the city, so it's giving a 15-mile radius. It's a $50 ad that's going to charge your credit card on Facebook, and it's a 7-day ad. And as I mentioned, some of our clients are getting leads for $2.38 each with name, phone number, and email. And all you got to do is click publish. Right now, if I do this like this, everybody within 15 miles of, in this case, Glendale, Arizona, is going to see this. But if I take this out, this box here, now there's no location. If I click retarget, and if I had a list of, in this case, Glendale homeowners or Alamo homeowners or whatever homeowners you want to target, you would be able to type in the name of that list in that gray box, and that would pull it up, and it would target those people on that list. So now, if you mail these people a physical letter to their home, you can run an ad to the same people on Facebook at the very same time. This is smart to do. It doesn't mean that you have to do it at the very same time, but the fact that you're doing it in print and on social media means these people are going to get familiar with your brand, right? You may not know this, but this is not your ads are not sponsored by Real Estate Test. They're sponsored by your business page, and your business page is going to be on the bottom of that letter for you as a business, right? So this is all reinforcing your brand. And at some point, if these people need to sell their home, they're going to know you are the person, right? So that's really a great way to do that. And so we know we could do an ad that is on a property that's pending. If we wanted, we could do an ad on a property that's sold. It would be the same process. It would be pre-written. I do want to point out though, let's do a sold ad. What I do is I show you in these how to do it, right? And for some of you, just doing it just the way that I'm doing it right now is will work. This home is sold. That's going to affect your home value. Create ad, done. Don't have to worry about it. But there are some things that make these work. And what I should say is they don't always work. And I think the reason they don't work is that clients like you don't take the next step and to make this thing more people. And this is what makes it more valuable. And it's always around the country, different markets in the US just are different. But right now I'm hearing from realtors that they were in contract in 4 days and 5 offers. This is happening again. There was a slowdown, mortgage rates going up. You are selling above asking. You want to tell people it's in the end, okay? Because they realize you're doing it fast and you're getting good money, right? That's an incentive for them to respond to this ad. If you can put something like that, customize it just like I did, and then click that green create ad button. Let's see here. Can I get a recording later? Yeah, Don, I already said this. Maybe you weren't listening. It's going to be on our YouTube channel, which I sent to everybody just 11 minutes ago. So go look for that. And if not, just go find our YouTube channel. This call will be there later today. So customize your sold or pending ads. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Let's go back here and let's talk about the other ways of getting at sellers from Facebook. And the other way is actually our PDF guide. So a lot of our clients are in offices where it's easy to borrow a listing, right? In some offices, it's not. And so it's no, I don't really have anything. You still have 40 PDF guides, right? And you click on create a PDF guide, you click on seller PDF guide, and your branding is going to be here, your colors, on every page of every one of these docs. You're going to have, your picture on every page. And so if you want to create an ad, let's just do divorce and real estate. We're going to use lead ads so that we're getting pre-populated name, email, and phone number from the profile. That's what makes those so powerful. And then you type in the name of the town you want to target, right? And I'm going to continue to focus on Alamo. You still only get a 15-mile radius minimum. So it's going to definitely overshoot, but I'm not really talking about Alamo in the ad. So even if somebody sees it next door in Danville, it's not going to be a big deal. It's a $50 budget again. It's a 7-day ad again. All I got to do is click publish. I do want to tell you these leads, that the price of the leads here gets set by Facebook. I've seen them range from $10 to $30 each. So if it's a $10 lead, you divide 10 into the 50 up there, you're going to get 5 leads, right? If it's a $30 lead, you're going to get 1 lead. And the weird thing about it is the price always changes on Facebook. I think it has something to do with competition or something. I don't really know how they set that price, but I do know it's almost never the same. Okay. So it's worth testing PDF guides, but if the math doesn't work out, you're going to have to make some decisions there. All right. I see some questions here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Don, there's a link to this channel in the chat panel. Just save it and this call will be there. So the last way is a landing page. And you don't want to, let me just show you our generic free home values. You don't want to do this. Okay. You don't want to run a home value ad without talking about a specific town or neighborhood. Okay. And for me, like I live in Lafayette, right? So my landing page should actually look like Lafayette, right? And this one doesn't. This is so generic, it would just not work. You want it to be like this, right? You're targeting Lafayette or the area that you're targeting in. Can't spell my own town. And you got a $50 budget. There's two downsides to this kind of ad. One is these leads usually cost $15 each. So you're only going to get 3 ads because you got $50 there, right? But two, because of the minimum radius, this can be really ineffective. Let me explain to you what I'm talking about. Lafayette, California is a bedroom community east about 20 miles east of San Francisco. Okay. So it's kind of like a small country town, 24,000 people. You can see it right here in the middle of this page. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll back out a little bit. And let's see, that's too far back. Yeah, back here. Do you see all these towns in this picture that we're looking at here? There's a lot of little towns. That's a 15-mile radius of Lafayette. So if I'm running an ad talking about Lafayette, because I want more listings in Lafayette, I'm going to just be overspraying all over the place. Though everybody all over the county is going to see this. And that makes these really bad. These leads don't work out really well. But if I get rid of this and I have a list that I've already created as a custom audience of Lafayette homeowners, now we're talking. Now I bought that list from another company and I'm putting it in here. Scott and I were talking last week about trying to find a data provider, trying to find a company that will sell you the list, right? That you can download and keep on your computer and upload to Facebook and use in your mailings. And once we figure out who that's going to be, we're going to have it embedded over here in the navigation bar to just make life simpler for you. We try to make it simple by putting express copy in there. But in that example or in that exercise, you don't actually own the list. So you can't download the list and re-upload it to Facebook. That would be ideal. Because if you're going to be in the industry for more than 2 to 3 years, you're going to want to get those lists. If you want listings, if you just are super happy talking to buyers all the time, awesome. Just run Facebook ads. You're going to have buyers coming out of your ears. But if you want more listings, you want to take advantage of Facebook because a lot of people are there and you're going to need to have custom audiences if your goal is to get listings from Facebook. So now we know there are 3 different kinds of things to do. We can do a PDF guide, we can do a landing page, and we can do, we can also do listings, right? Pending and sold. So I do want to take us to the landing page section very quickly and just point out that you can create a landing page. And what you really want is Property Valuation Plus. That's the instant home valuation page. And when you create it, all you do is you type in the name of your favorite city. We create a generic looking page like this. You don't want to go out into the market asking people their address and contact information with something that looks generic. Okay. I have one here. I took an extra second and got a picture of the local downtown area of Sacramento. So you want to have a landmark in the back of these landing pages so that people know that you know their area. And then you go off and you market it. Then you go and you say, now I'm going to go run an ad on my Sacramento landing page for home values. And I'm going to make sure and get a list of Sacramento homeowners. And that's who I'm going to blast it off to. I'm not going to do that 15-mile radius. Because again, the 15-mile radius in Sacramento is nuts. You're getting all kinds of areas. So let me just show you that example. So if I go to Property Valuation Plus and you see, here's my Sacramento page, and I can just say create ad, and it writes the ad for getting your free home value. Let's just remind each other, these are $15 leads. Okay. So I'm not going to type Sacramento here. I'm going to get a list of homeowners and retarget them as a custom audience here. That's how you make Facebook work for sellers. All right. And that's cool. That's good. Right. You need to do that. I actually think it's also very smart for you to do this, not just because of the leads you're going to capture at a relatively low cost, but also you're building your brand because every time you run those ads, they're seen by 1,000 or 2,000 people. So if you're consistently running ads, which you should be running an ad, if you're in real estate, you should be running an ad at least once a week on Facebook, right? No matter what kind of ad, it could be, I got an open house or get your home value, or we just sold something. Once a week minimum, you should have an ad on Facebook. And but let's just make sure we understand a little bit about Facebook. It's not the highest quality leads, right? The highest quality leads, let's remember, they come from this piece of paper that you're mailing, right? Physical piece of mail in the mailbox. That's the higher quality lead. Facebook is cool for medium quality leads, but cheap and easy. Right. Much cheaper to get the lead. Definitely easy. It's just click a couple things and click publish and boom, there you go. But let's talk a little bit about Facebook and Google. Facebook is the number 3 website in the country, right? It's popular. And it's popular because we can see what our friends are doing. We can see their kids and their grandkids. We can see what they're eating. We can see, here's my buddy with his pet, he's training, right? Everything, all the fun stuff. This keeps American adults on Facebook for 40 minutes every day. Okay. A day. Yeah. And I'm not talking about, I didn't say American teenagers, they're on TikTok, right? But adults spend a lot of time here. And as you can see this ad here, it says shop now. Your ad sits right there, right? So all those ads I just showed you how to make, they're going to be right here. And people, as they're scrolling through, if they're inside your custom audience or they live within 15 miles of your ad, they're going to see that. And then if they click on it, we capture leads and we send them to you. So that's cool. But let's remember it's number 3. It's the number 3 website in the country because people like to watch and see all the fun things that their friends are doing. Right. That's cool. But when people have a question like, where's the best steak in New York? And what's the car I should buy? Or what kind of eyelashes or mattress do I want to get? Or how do I sell my home? 86% of all searches begin on Google. All right. It's the number 1 website in the country. So again, if you're going to be in this industry, or if you're going to be in any industry, you need to have a Google strategy. And we make it incredibly easy. As you can see, the keywords up here, how do I sell my home? And you see all these sponsored ads here? These are people paying for ads. And how do you do that? You can actually go create an ad in Google. They've had a Google ad platform for years. That's why they're a top trading company. They have a lot of money from people spending on ads. But in our world, we work with realtors, right? And one thing that we've learned over the last 13 years is that realtors like things easy. And if you try to go around and on Google, good luck. I think the conversations I've had over the years, it's not even 1 out of 20 realtors has ever run an ad on Google. And me, I actually know something about running ads because you know what I've been doing for 13 years. It is a mess. Google is a mess. The average realtor would not succeed in creating a functional ad there. It's just horrible. But you can go here and click on create a Google ad. And we're going to say, hey, sign up for our software, our Google ad software. It'll cost you $30 a month. And then you can run all these kinds of ads. And for the sake of our call, which is getting listings, we would definitely want to be running a landing page ad. And I'm going to run a Sacramento landing page. We already just saw that. And we're going to click create an ad. All I need to do is type in Sacramento, the name of the town that I'm targeting. I can click on view link. Let's just click on it just for conversation's sake. We can see where we're driving the traffic. They're going to see an ad and when they click on that ad, they're going to land here and get their home back. Right. It's a game. That's the process. It's a $50 a day budget. It's a 7-day ad. Okay. And we set it at 50 because we don't know the cost of a lead around the country, right? It's different. Just like Facebook ads or leads cost differently. A seller lead, a listing lead in Dallas, Texas, right now costs around $30 a lead, 30. Okay. In Western Pennsylvania, it's around $22 a lead. And I heard somewhere in the middle part of the country, it's like $17 a seller lead, right? So if you're using our Google software, you're paying us $30 a month just to have the software. And then you can drive people to Google on a landing page, home valuation landing page. And now you know how to create the landing pages. And if they're charging $20 a lead and you got $50 on a daily budget, that means you're going to probably get 2 leads a day, right? And they'll be driving and going over to that page. Now, you don't have to do this. I'm going to just show something to you. You see this button here that says advanced options? You don't have to do this. These are all the keywords that we put in here automatically for you. So you saw that mine was, how do I sell my home? And these are the people paying for those keywords. We have a whole stack of keywords in here, right? And you also, so you need to have keywords if you do it yourself, and you need to have multiple headlines. We've written them all for you here automatically. We've also got multiple descriptions. So the headlines are these blue sections over here on the right, and the description is this gray section over here on the right. You need to write all that, right? You need to do that by hand, or you just pay us $30 a month and type in the name of the city and publish. Okay. Are there any questions about that? And I do see a question here, so let's tackle that as we're here. Yes, John, I did say it's $50 a day on Google. Yeah. Are they just text? Yes, yeah. So right here, it does say preview, and this is a mobile preview, meaning that's what the ad looks like there. And this is the ad on a desktop, right? So it says ad, it looks like that. And that correlates to this over here. There's never like graphics. I don't know. I don't even know how that fast cash offer thing got there. Almost all the time, it's just text like that. And it's not difficult to do. It's just, there's a lot of stuff to do. We just make it incredibly easy. So let's do one more thing. We talked about creating a home valuation landing page ad. Another smart thing you can do with Google is a PDF guide, right? And I mentioned there are 40 for homeowners. Here's something that we didn't think of, but I just want to show you something. There are 40 different things here. There's one here, divorce and real estate. I'm just going to talk about this so you can think about what Google is about. Okay. So let's say, where are you guys? What city are you guys in? Just make it kind of work for you. When we do this ad, and it's in Walnut. Okay. Walnut. Yeah. That's down in the southern part of the state, right? That's California. Yeah. Okay. So this ad is for people. So maybe there are people, let's just click through here real quickly. Divorce and real estate. So these are all the keywords, selling a house. And where we drop the ball, and I got to talk to our marketing team, is, you know what, when this is really important, because I don't know if you know this, like the average length of a homeowner is, I think, 8 years. It's 7 or 8 years. You want to take a guess at the average length of a marriage in the United States is right now? It's 7 years. So there's probably a search that's coming up a lot that my guys didn't think of. And it's probably something like this: divorce attorney, right? Because if I'm thinking of that, I'm thinking about a divorce. I'm just thinking about it. Probably got to think, I'm going to need an attorney, right? And here are the law guys, right? Here are the attorneys who are going to help you with that. But what if you're right there saying, hey, what about divorce and real estate? Here's a guide, because that's not the first thing you're thinking of. Maybe it is, but it's not likely. But that's how you can use the keywords to help you get these in front of more people at the relevant time. Okay. I do want to remind you that Google is the number one website in the country, and 86% of all searches begin on this website. Okay. And you should, if you're going to be in real estate for a while, have a Google strategy. And if you want listings, you definitely need a Google strategy. If you just want buyers, get some listings in your account and run Facebook ads. That's so easy. No problem there. Listings are more difficult. Oh, yeah. Any questions? I'm going to show you an awk related kind of how many keywords can you add? I don't know, John. I don't think there's any question. I don't know if there's a max on that. So I think if you were typing in here and you hit a max, it might tell you got too many. What's that? What's that? No, that's just a Grammarly thing. Yeah, you could just add some. You could take some out, right? If you want. I'm just letting you know kind of what's going on. How does Google count the lead forms by clicks, or it's counting by clicks? So when you're counting the lead, yeah. So really what's happening here is somebody sees the ad. In this case, somebody's sitting in Walnut, California, and they typed in one of these keywords down here and they saw this ad and they clicked on it and they landed here. Okay. And this page does the work. And I don't exactly know. I think you're paying for the click, but there should be a correlation, Renee. Let's say you run an ad and you get 5 clicks. So that means 5 people landed on this page. You should expect to have 5 leads, right? Maybe not 5, but maybe 3 or 4. You would expect that. Maybe not 100% of the people downloaded this, but that's really what it's about, right? And if you find that you're getting clicks and no leads, well, you got to ping us. You got to hit our support team and say, hey, what's happening? When they click on my Google ad, does my Facebook pixel get fired and attached to the Google lead? I don't really know, Renee. That's a good question, but boy, pixels, I don't really even know how those work. I don't even know if pixels are embedded on this thing at all, but you can ask support. They can get you the answer on that one. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. So we're driving people to this landing page. So when the people want to download it, they got to give you their contact information. And that's how the Google ads work. I want to share with you something that's not created by us. But it's a resource that I think everybody here, I'm going to send it to you right now, and then I'll explain it to you. Where did that go? Give me one second, guys. So this link should be showing up right now in your GoToMeeting panel. It's an article published last year by Virtuance, and I actually have directed our marketing team to review this and a few other articles, because what they're doing is they are ranking and listing the top search terms that buyers and sellers are using. If you go to the top of this list, this is telling you what people are searching. So if you're looking for buyers on Google, that's the number one search term they are using, or just houses for sale, right? Or tiny houses. I'm surprised that's ranking Zillow houses for sale. These are the biggest searches going on Google for buyers. If we're focused on sellers, which today's call is focused on sellers, these are the top things. Selling a house, cost of selling a house, how to sell a house by owner, right? Just an FYI, you can go to the landing page section of our system and create a FSBO landing page. You click create landing page and you can say, I want to create a FSBO landing page for Walnut, right? And now it's, oh, okay, create landing page. What do I got to do now? If I just go over here, let's give it a second to bake. Here is a landing page for people who want to sell their home themselves, right? And now that you've got that created, you could say, let's just use the Google Ads thing. since we know from this article here that 4,000 people are searching on that a month, how do I sell my home without an agent or whatever? You can now say, I want to create an ad, and we'll do that once we get there, on Google. And it's going to be a landing page ad, and it's going to be a FISBO ad in Walnut, and create an ad. That's how easy this system is. I don't know if you're tracking what I'm doing here, but for the person sitting in Walnut, do you think there are people who want to sell their own home there? And do any of you think there are people that want to sell their own home in your market? I don't know if you just saw what I just did, but I think in less than 3 minutes, I created a landing page and create an ad. And I can see that, oh, I'm going to send people to this page. And so I'm going to hope to get some leads. Are you following along with what I'm yammering on about here? Yeah. Can it be less than 50 a day? Yes, it can, Renee. But here's what you got to do. Cause I actually had to have this changed because when Scott and the tech team put it together, they did $10 a day. Right. And that might sound a lot better than $50 a day. Right. But let me tell you, seller leads don't cost less than $10. Right. So if you want a lead, you got to be prepared to pay for the lead. Right. So we had it for $10 a day for months, and nobody was getting any leads. I'm like, guys, these leads cost $30. They cost $20. We got to put that budget to 50, and you learn. So Renee, let me give you a way where I think you got to look at this. Cause I know if you look at 7 times 50, it's $350. That might sound like a lot. And certainly it is a lot. But if you don't know the cost of a seller lead in your market, 30 times 50, no, what this means is when you run a $50 ad and it's $50 daily budget, that's the maximum you can spend on a daily basis is $50. What I'm telling you is 30. Oh yeah. You're thinking, oh, 30 days. Well, that's why we don't have a 30-day ad. This is a 7-day ad, right? Because if we told you $50 for 30 days, that's a lot of money, right? So we're just doing a 7-day ad because really you got to learn, right? You got to realize, okay, I ran an ad on Google. I didn't spend all $50, but maybe I got one $30 lead a day and there was $20 unused every day. But now you know that Google is charging you $30 a lead. Where are you, Renee? I don't even know what part of the country you're in. I know that the cost of a seller lead is different, and you're in Tennessee. You might not have that much competition, but you have a hot market. So you might. Yeah. I just don't even know. If you start using this, please let us know in the mastermind group what that's called or what that charges. But if you start finding that they're charging you $15 a lead, you can run a $20 a day budget. And now, it's 7 days here. And if you have $20, that's $140, right? But you can say, yeah, I'm going to get 7 leads, and that's good. I do want to talk about one thing here, because one way of testing that people might want to do is they might want to say, this ad's going to start on the 19th. Let's end it on the 21st. So if I'm only spending $50 a day, a maximum I'm going to spend $100, right? 2 days. You don't want to do that. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't know if you know this about Facebook, but Facebook actually looks at your ads and they approve them. And so when you run an ad, it says, great, this is going to be up. They're going to review it and we'll make it live soon. Google does the same thing. They just don't tell you. But the problem with Google is it can take them a day or two to make the ad live. So if you have this ad running for 2 days and it took them 2 days, you're going to get 0 results. Okay. So don't make it too short. That's all I'm telling you. Kanji, is there another way we can find out the average selling lead in our area? There may be, Tanji. I don't know. You can go look on Google. You can go look on the internet and see where there are places where your local realtors are talking about that. I honestly don't know. I will tell you this. Like, I have been training realtors like you how to run ads on Facebook for as long as Facebook has had an ad platform. Listings to Leads has been here longer than the ad platform from Facebook. And just broadly speaking, I would tell you that 50% of all realtors have run an ad on Facebook. I could be wrong, right? I probably can tell you that 10% of realtors have done it effectively. And that the other 40% have run maybe one or two, never got the results that everybody that they're hearing about, and just forget it. Doesn't work, right? 1 out of 20 agents is a generous number, is running ads on Google. If there's a forum of realtors chatting about what's happening on Google, hold on to that with both hands, because I don't think it exists. You might look on YouTube, look at the name of your town and find out what realtors are saying if they're giving that up. But that's the way to test it out. So we've talked about, just to wrap up the call, we've talked about the nearby homeowner letter. We talked about how to run ads on Facebook and on Google with landing pages. We know that we can run ads on Google and Facebook for PDF guides. And we also know that we can run ads on homes that are sold and pending. I think you want to be doing all of those things. And this is if you want to be in a listing business. Can we upload our own videos to? Yes, Renee. Yes, you can. If you go to, what kind of videos are you talking about, Renee? Yeah. Is it about a listing? Is it about a neighborhood? Is it about market conditions? Like local video? Yeah. Okay. So there's two different things. So let's say that you wanted to run an ad. Now let's just imagine that you had a landing page for Nashville, right? I don't think we have one here, but let's just say that this is our Nashville page, right? And we go through it. Now it says video views, which is really highly designed for that. So you can try it that way. I'm not actually sure what that does, but you can, of course, upload a video there. I prefer lead ads. I use the default settings, right? And I put it on lead ads. And the thing that I want to point out to you is change the image and video, this button here. You can upload your video here, and instead of this picture, you would have the video. Okay. And we're basically saying that's going to affect your home value. And the leads are going to come in with name, email, and phone number. I like leads with name, email, and phone number because I can call or text them until they're ready to talk, right? That's what I would be doing. I would be creating the ad the way I've been showing you, and then click that button there and upload your video so it's running on the thing, and then publish. Lead ads, I'm going to just take a quick step back. Let's just do this. So if you're doing, this is a just listed lead ad here. Lead ad, the question is, I don't know what happens with video views. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. Let's see. Hold on. Somebody's giving me something. Ran a Facebook ad last weekend and received a message. Ad is not spending its budget. Any idea what could have happened? Darius. Okay. So Darius, can you let me know what kind of ad that was? And it says, inform me that the ad is not spending its budget, which means the ad is not working. It's not performing. Darius, you got to tell me what you're doing, right? Like it really depends on what the ad is, but I'm going to just go through this while maybe you can find that. This, Renee, is a just listed one, right? So this is designed to get buyers. It's designed to use lead forms, which means I'm going to get name, email, and phone number. And if you upload your video here, it could be you walking and talking or doing a virtual tour of the home right here. So you can do that. It was a home valuation ad and it was approved by Facebook last week. Yeah. How long have you been on this call, Darius? Did you hear me talking about running a home valuation ad? Did you hear any of that? So maybe I didn't make it clear when I was describing that. Let's just do that one more time. Darius, let me ask you, did you do this? Did you go to Facebook and hold on, let me slow things down here. I'm glad you asked that question because I actually mentioned it on this call. I said that there are times that people do these things and they don't work. And the number one reason is because you can't target, right? So let me ask you this, Darius. Did you create this ad? Because you said you created a home valuation ad. Oh, wait, hold on a second. That means you had to do, and this is our standard home value one. So did you create this ad? Let me just show you. Now we actually customize this. So I'm going to jump out of this call. I'm going to jump out of this account real quick. I'm going to go to mine. Give me 1 second here, guys. Yeah. Oh, I have created a custom audience. Oh, so you created a custom audience. Give me a second. So did you use a custom audience on that ad? Let me ask. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. And did you use the generic one? Did you create a unique home valuation landing page like I did? What the heck? Oh, Lord. Sorry, I'm disconnected here. Let me see if I can connect. Darius, did you create a unique page? You created a home value page for that town. So you created one for the town, and let's see if I can do it. Okay, so I still have a problem here. I think what you did is this, and I'll show you this. So give me a second. My account is giving me some grief. Go to ads and give me a second. Almost there. So you had a custom home value page. You weren't using it. Bye, Renee. Thanks for joining us. I'm almost done here, everybody. Yeah. Give me this. Sorry, guys. That's right when I try this again. So I have a custom landing page and it's for Sacramento. Leave it on lead ads. Click create an ad. When you ran the ad, and we're almost there so we can show you, whatever the name of the town was, did you type in the name of the town up here? Like this one would be Sacramento, right? Okay. Okay. How big was your lead list? So then you didn't type in that. You didn't target up here, right? You just use a list. Do you know how many people were on that list? 4,700. I would think that would work. And those people were in the area where you were targeting, right? Yeah. I don't know, Darius. That is how that should work. Unless, that's what that tells me, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Are these recent leads, these 4,700 records, or where did you get those records? Rima. Okay, cool. That should totally be working. So Darius has been following the steps that I'm describing to you. You created a custom audience. It's got the same name and it's just not even working. And you ran this ad. Did you click inside this box here and put anything inside that box, Darius? Like, did you customize this at all? If you're running a page like this, you should be writing something. You did. So did you say something like, like 40 homes sold last month? Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm surprised. Frankly, that's not working. If you got an active list of homeowners and you run this and it's not getting responded to, I think you need to, it's crazy to sound. I think you need to keep doing that because that is the list. That's really what you should be doing. Yeah. Could have been a glitch. I would definitely test that out a few more times. Yeah. Because that's exactly what you should be doing. But you should be running that ad once a month or every 2 weeks, and you should be doing a mailing to the same group once a month or every 2 weeks. That's literally what you need to be doing. If that list, especially on Facebook, doesn't work, well, then you just have to stop at some point if you're getting no results. Because or when you're running the ad, let me ask you this. Are you getting any ad views? Is it getting zero ad views when we click on the ads, there's this kind of stuff down here. And this is a test account, but it will tell you how many people saw it. And you zero views and zero clicks. There's something really wrong. If there's zero views, then that's really there's a problem with how the ad was run. Yeah, you can email me, Darius, and I'll jump on the phone and look at it with you while you're doing it. That doesn't make any sense. It sounds like a glitch, honestly. Something happened weird at that moment because running an ad and not having any views, well, I don't know how that can happen. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out and try that again, Darius. Yeah, and if not, just find me. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the summer. Get into this, get your listing game going. You need to have a very well thought out machine that you're using consistently. And I just described what I think is the best thing you can be doing. There are other companies that you can pay them thousands of dollars a month. They're not going to get you high quality listing leads. I know this because I have all these realtors calling me and crying about the thousands of dollars they're spending every month. There's a little work here, but this work pays off. Get your arms around it. Take care, everybody. This call will be on our mastermind group and in our YouTube channel later today or tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.